Dude, I feel like we're in the exact same spot every single year. It's the exact same at this time, late summer. The cycle is about over. We're getting ready for the next one. And EA Sports, they come out of the woodwork. They appear after being radio silent for months, after not talking to us about Ultimate Team content, about gameplay, about anything other than EASFC direct communication coming out and compensating you for your incorrect rewards every couple weeks. That's it. That's the only thing they say all year as they drop 3 promo squads every single week. And now that the pre-order is out and they're making their runs, it's the exact same as if an actor who has a movie coming out is now going on all these talk shows and podcasts because they want to promote their movie. That's what they're doing right now. It's EA Sports making their PR runs around. You know, they're talking to creators. They're inviting their game changers up to Vancouver. And they're hoping that they say all the right things that get you to buy the game, even if none of it is true. So today we're going to look at some of the things that have been said over the last couple of days by EA Sports themselves and evaluate if any of this is actually going to be the case come FC 26. Do you guys need coins in FC 25 Ultimate Team? Well, U7Buy has you covered. It's cheap, it's fast, and it's safe with 24/7 online customer support. Even big creators use it, and it has over 40,000 positive reviews. Make sure to use my link down in the description and use code NITRO for an extra 8% at checkout. Now, I've been very vocal about how much I have hated the power curve in FC 25. I may have been screaming at the top of my lungs for months, saying that this power curve ruins the Ultimate Team experience. And I've said it all year in FC 25, and honestly, I've said it for years. Ever since probably FIFA 23, I've been saying that it is out of control. In fact, even in FIFA 19, I wasn't a fan. I think it was too quick by then. FIFA 17 had a great balance. FIFA 18 was very similar to 17. And then in FIFA 19, the gameplay ended up being so bad that year that I think EA Sports just tried to hide behind throwing menu content at you all year. And then once they did that, whether the gameplay of the next FIFA was good or not, they kept taking the power curve from 19 and accelerating it even quicker and quicker and quicker every single year until we got to the point where it was too quick, but the only thing EA Sports knew was gas pedal and just throw more promos at you. And now it's to the point where they can't physically throw any more promos at us because they are now dropping 3 promos a week. And that is no exaggeration. You've got, during Team of the Season, you have 3 leagues of Team of the Seasons in packs at all times. That's 50 cards plus. Then you've got Shapeshifters, in which they throw in at the exact same time as like Road to the Final, at the exact same time as Nations League winners. And so there's 3 promos in packs all at once. We get to the point where Fuddies comes around right now, and you have 200 special cards in packs. If I were to open an 87 plus times 5 right now, which I did on a shorts video, which is either coming out in a couple hours on this channel or it's already out, I was getting more, like I get more special cards in those packs than gold cards. And packing a special card used to be special, but now it's not. And it's being addressed by EA Sports by the lead content producer, Jamie Kane. Now, you guys might know this guy, as I did very, very well, because I made content with Jamie back when he was known as the FUT Economist. He was one of us. He was making content. He was putting forth criticism towards EA, not as harsh maybe as me. As you can see, they offered him a job. I don't think that's coming for me anytime soon, but he would offer the criticisms we all would. Everything that was going wrong with the game, he would be vocal about in his videos or on his Twitter. And then he joined EA Sports. And at that point, I thought Ultimate Team was only going to get better. I thought that we were headed towards a golden age. Similar to what we saw between like FIFA 14 to 17, excluding 16. Do not think that 16 is going to get thrown into that bunch. Not a chance. Even 12 and 13 were a lot of fun, but that was like pre-good content. But 14 through 17 was like a golden age. And I thought, okay, once Jamie joined that staff at EA Sports and he understands the game so well that it was going to be much better. It did not get better. It got so much worse. I don't know how much he's at fault for this, but he is one of the only people that is being vocal right now from EA Sports talking about these trailers and releases that we've seen over the last couple of days. And I'm going to go over them right now. So the first thing is that he's clearing up that the icons in the Ultimate Edition are going to be lower rated than their base versions, similar to how Ultimate Edition Heroes worked last year, which that's cool. I am glad to hear that, because the fact that we get one of 15 icons untradeable from launch is already taking the power curve and making it beyond what we have had in a year before. That is a huge card to get at the beginning of the game. Icons, I mean, if you had a couple icons in your team, like FIFA 15, people would go out of their way to message you, how did you get those icons? Did you steal your mom's credit card? It was something special to have an icon. You would work towards it, and then you would be proud of it, show it off. It's something part of the Ultimate Team experience that used to exist but doesn't anymore, and that was the sense of accomplishment. That, yes, I have grinded, and now I have the player that I want. Those are all gone now because, one, everybody gets an icon on day one, and two, it's going to be outdated in 2 weeks with how quick the power curve moves. So there's nothing that you can grind towards without it getting outdated immediately. If it comes to like a promo like Team of the Year, I mean, those kind of cards, that kind of promo that we've seen for, 13 or 14 years now, those cards should be the best in the game. And they should last till the end of the game. People could use them in their squads for literally the rest of the year. That's how it should be. There should be some promos like that. And then there also should be some weeks where there are no promos. But let's move on to some of the things that they've said. Because Jamie Kane, who is the lead content manager for EA Sports, said, I want to clear up, since there's been some confusion, the icons included in the Ultimate Edition will be lower rated than their base version, similar to how Ultimate Edition Heroes worked last year. Now, anybody in their right mind will look at one of 15 icons and be based on that wording, which is the exact same wording they use in their player picks for SBCs, player picks for rewards. It's always 1 of 4, 1 of 10, 1 of 15, 1 of 5. That's a player pick, and that's wording for a player pick. But a lot of people are assuming that it's going to be a pack. Now, in this scenario, they're not going to be incredible. But if you remember last year, there were certain cards that you could get out of that Ultimate Heroes Edition Heroes last year that were good, like Marquisio or like Ramirez and Yaya Toure. There were a few of them that were really expensive, like over 1 million coins. And those cards were very, very good. Very, very ahead of the gold cards that you would normally get at the beginning of the year. So if you get a player pick, then everybody's going to get the most OP card. If it's a pack, then quite simply, it is completely misleading. And either way, it sucks. Because one, EA are obviously trying to bait casuals into getting the Ultimate Edition for that icon, thinking it's a player pick rather than a pack. Because they don't say the word anywhere. They don't say pack or player pick. They leave that blank. They only say 1 of 15 icons. And then later, they're going to come out and say, oh, you guys thought it was a player pick? Oh, no. You get 1 of the 15 icons in a pack. The 15 part was just how many different cards there were that you could pack, not a player pick. And so that's super misleading, and it's absolutely on purpose from EA Sports, or they would have said player pick or pack. I mean, look over here on the FC25 side. They literally say the words player pick over there. So why wouldn't they put it on the other side? It's because they want you to think it is a player pick, without lying to you, but making it as misleading as possible. So I do have a big problem with that, but I do also appreciate if not everybody is going to start the year with a Yaya Toure. So either way, there is something bad about it. Either way, there is something good about it. Now, regarding the FC points, everybody now, when you get the Ultimate Edition, gets some FC points. Personally, I think this is one of the good additions they've had over the years, where you get that 4,600 FC points at the beginning of the game. I think that's good. When they include it with the Ultimate Edition, it does help the players, and it helps the game get underway a little bit. Because previously, if you were to get on the game, you wouldn't have any resources to actually use the transfer market yet. And it would be a tough grind right away to get even to like 10,000 coins. Now, that there is some benefits to that as well. As somebody who uses the market and trades a lot, I like seeing a lot more cards on the market earlier. It gives me more of an opportunity to trade and do what I love on the game. I like it. I totally understand if people don't like it. But now we're going to get those 6K FC points, so it's more than what we got before, but you're only going to get 2,000 at the beginning. The rest are going to come out, I guess, in 2 more segments throughout the first couple of months. So that's what he's saying here. I don't hate that. I think that that's fine. 2,000 FC points is plenty at the beginning to at least get the market going. So it keeps that aspect of the game, but it doesn't flood the market early. So I kind of like that change specifically. And that's something that's been confirmed, so we can actually look forward to that in FC 26. Now, here's something that isn't exactly confirmed. It's just something that they're saying to us, but I'm not fully convinced it's actually going to happen. Because he said with an interview, Jamie Kane said in an interview with the FUT accountant, which I know a lot of you guys watch. He's one of my good friends. He went to Vancouver, and the FUT accountant did an interview with Jamie. Personally, I wish that Nate would have been much more direct and asked some harder questions and really put him under pressure to actually give us more information during this interview. But I guess when EA Sports are paying for your plane ticket and your hotel and giving you a nice little stipend for the weekend, you do have to be a little bit nice, or they're probably not going to invite you back next year. So I understand that aspect of it, but as a person who's from the outside, that's what I would have wanted from that interview. But we did get some information about it, which was about the power curve. And that's what I've been wanting. That's something, oh man, I've been talking about. And that's what we need. So, he said that the power curve is going to be slower, and that is great news. But then, he came out and said, it doesn't mean less promos. Jamie, it has to. It has to mean less promos. We cannot do 3 promos a week anymore. We cannot do 50 cards in packs. We cannot do a promo every single week and expect this game to survive longer than it has the last couple of years. It will not. It has to be a better balance. And what we're seeing here is that he's saying we're going to get weekly promos because we've seen that players get bored if we don't do that. It's not true. Because whenever we have a big promo on the way, people get hyped up. You can do a pre-promo. You can do SBCs that people can save their packs for that promo. We don't need Shapeshifters week number 4. Give us 3 days to prepare for fuddies, man. We don't need that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying you even have to go back to the days of 17 where we had like a team of the year and then you had a couple weeks off, or maybe even up to a month sometimes before you got your next promo. I'm fine with that kind of stuff, but I get that we do need content to keep people engaged, but there's a balance. And Jamie coming out and saying that they're slowing the power curve, but then saying that they're not going to make there be less promos is completely contradictory to each other. You cannot slow the power curve and still have the same amount of promos we did in 25. It's not possible. Now, as you scroll down, he says they want to calibrate the pace closer to FIFA 23 or FIFA 24 or FC 24. meaningfully slower than 25, but not dialed all the way back to something like FIFA 15, which FIFA 23 and 24 were the power curve was absolutely too fast still. But at least it is a step in the right direction, but it's only a step in the right direction if EA Sports actually are telling the truth, which we've been lied to by EA Sports, well, every single year at the exact same time, late summer, as they're making their PR runs to try to get you to pre-order their next game, saying everything that they want you to hear in hopes that it's enough until you buy it and they disappear until next July when they do the same thing over and over again. That's it for me today, guys. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel, Nitro Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.